intercultural communication and verbal and nonverbal communication speech. Intercultural communication happens when individuals interact or negotiate, create nationalities and communication that is influenced by different ethnicities, religions, and sexual orientations. In intercultural communication, both interpretation shows that intercultural communication takes place when people draw their cultural identity, standard values, prejudice, language, attitudes, and relationships. Intercultural communication, there is a sending and receiving a message across a language and cultures. In intercultural communication, there are 6 stages of developmental model of intercultural sensitivity. These are: first stage, denial; second stage, defense; third stage, minimization; fourth stage, acceptance; fifth stage, adoption; and sixth stage, integration. And this is the important stages when we develop intercultural sensitivity. The things to remember characteristic in competent in cultural communication is, in addition to culture or other elements such as gender, age, social status, and religion, we must also be taken into consideration when communicating with others, and also avoid showing bias when you are communicating to them. The second is the verbal and nonverbal communication. Verbal communication refers to an interaction in which words are used to relay a message, and effective and successful verbal communication, we use words and express ideas which can be easily understood by the person that you are talking to. In verbal communication, there are things to consider in engaging. These are appropriateness, brevity, clarity, ethics, and vividness. And the second is nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication, it refers to an interaction where behavior is used or they are showing body language or body signs. They showing body signs to convey and respect the meanings of what they are going to say. In nonverbal communication, there are examples like you stare, you smile, how you walk, how you style your attires, and your body gestures, and your movements and tone of your voice, and personality or your gestures. And let's proceed for the question, why is releasing the right responses more important than sending the right message in intercultural communication? My answer is, it is more important to release the right response than to send the message, since response is always considered as our reaction or action towards a question or an event as your or an event, while sending the right responses shows our maturity and understanding on the things happening in and on around or in our around. Number 2, the second question is, what is the important verbal and nonverbal communication in intercultural communication? My answer is, nonverbal communication plays important roles in intercultural communication or intercultural situation as message, literal, and content meanings of words. That non-verbal communication is replied to carry the undercurrent of identity types of relational meaning. My suggestion or recommendation to avoid communicating breakdown in international communication, yes, it is important. First, maintains etiquette because many cultures have especially etiquette around the way they communicate. Second, avoid slang because not even the most educated or non-native speaker will have a comprehensive understanding of English slangs, idioms, and even sayings. Third, speak slowly. Even it is the common language is English, in a cross-cultural situation, is not good idea to speak at your normal conversational speed, and modulating your pace will help us speaking clearly and pronouncing your words properly. Fourth, keep it simple because in a cross-cultural conversation, there's no need to make it for both you using big words and of course you just keep it simple. And the fifth, practice listening because active listening is a very effective strategy for improving cross-cultural communication. The sixth is takes turn to talk because in make conversation flow freely by taking it in turns to speak. Number 7, write things down because if you're not sure whether you understand the person has the person he's talking to you or has understood you properly, he doesn't understood you properly, write it down to make it sure. Number 8, avoid closed questions. Don't praise a questions that needs a yes or no or yes. Avoid praise a question needs a yes or no to answer. Number 9, be careful with humor. Because many cultures take business very seriously and believe in behaving professionally and following protocols at all times. And the last is the 10th, be supportive. Effective in cross-cultural communication is about all parties feeling comfortable or communication is about all parties feeling comfortable, and those are 10 that I will recommend to avoid intercultural communication barriers. And that's all for my speech. Thank you.